And welcome to another edition of Stuff Leo Likes. I am, of course, the fabulous Leo Brown, and this is the stuff that I like. And today's Stuff Leo Likes is...
And I'm Misty Eyez.
That's right, everyone, the fabulous Misty Eyez of Florida. Okay, now, I know this Stuff Leo Likes is different for the fact that it's not a product, it's not, a CD, it's not anything like that, it's not a television show. Or a television review. It's a person. And this stuff Leo likes is someone, you know, this stuff Leo likes for me is one that I've been wanting to do for a long, long time. I love, love, love Misty Eyez. How I discovered her was through the power of insomnia. I was up late one night and I was browsing YouTube and I found her video. I was actually trying to find a makeup tutorial and I found one of her famous Misty minutes and I was like, and I just became more intrigued. And before I knew it, I subscribed to her channel and that was all she wrote. Fabulous, fabulous. I love her. One of the reasons why I like her so much is because beneath the makeup and the hair and the nails, you see a human being. You see a real person. You see someone who is genuine. You see someone who is kind. You see someone who is vulnerable. I mean, you see different sides of herself that I think a lot of people who do her sort of work, excuse me, I cannot talk, her sort of work don't get a chance or don't normally show. And I love that about her. I think she's just fantastic. Um, but I just wanted to pay tribute of sorts to her. And as I said, she gives you tutorials out the ass on to make that face beat down, okay? Like this one. Take a look.
Alright, this is a Misty Minute on how to contour. Contouring is very, 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 very important. In fact, look how weird my face looks right now. This is what it looks like with no contour. Usually I do contour before I do anything else. Foundation, powder, contour. But for the sake of this video, I'm doing it last after my eyes, so check it out. I'm going to start with highlight, because that's what I personally start with. I don't know if it really matters. For highlight, I use two colors. If you're from the land of Caucasia, or if you're a lighter skinned person, you can use either super white, which is this, or you can use a regular fair. However, if you're a darker skinned person, I would use banana for your highlight, something more yellowy, so it's not so drastic. But I use super white, and I use it right under my eyes, because that's the part I want the lightest. That's what I want most attention drawn to. Right under my eyes. Okay. And I want the whole cheekbone area done. I take it all the way down to my apples, and then swoop it up. And the theory of highlight and shadow is that you're bringing attention to the parts of your face that you want to stick out. And you can make, I've done a tutorial actually on how to do noses. I'm like, you could do a really skinny nose, you can do a fat nose, you can do a rounded nose. But also, a woman's face is round and a man's face is square, including the foreheads. So you always want to do round movements when you're doing drag. And then you want to highlight your jaw area as well. I've done a lot of makeup recently for Halloween for people that had really square jaws. And you don't want to highlight your actual jaw shape, especially if it's square. And then bring that out like this. You can round out your jaw if you want, your chin. And that is how to highlight. Thank you so much.
Yes, honey. This is how from her, I actually learned how to do makeup. I learned the importance of foundation, of contouring, of highlight, how to make your own boobs. Like, she tells you everything. Like, if you guys have not checked her out and you might be curious about getting into drag, or Even if you're not, a fan of drag queens or you don't want to get into drag, just, you want a little advice. You want someone that can give you what you need in terms of advice, can give you real, genuine advice. Go to her. She is fantastic. And on that note, we're going to go into another clip of her where she gives you homespun advice with, of course, realness, sweetness, and humor. Take a look.
Dear Misty, is it possible to be fully gay and attracted to femininity? Why is the gay community so repulsed by femininity? Why is it that a lot of lesbians like manly women? Sorry, confused. But nearly all gay men do not like feminine men. Is it because of femininity being seen as such a bad thing in our society? There's lots of things and or reasons I'm going to assume. I generally think that opposites do attract. Growing up in our society, I think people think they're looking for the yin and the yang, generally speaking. Big strong men want little feminine women. Big strong women want little feminine men. Big strong women want little feminine women. Vice versa, lipstick dykes, whatever. I have seen lipstick and I have seen dyke. But I definitely see more lipstick butch girls. But I've seen a lot more femme butch girls, couples. As far as the gay community, I definitely know a lot of fully gay men that love skinny little super gay boys. They just love it. The more feminine, the better. I also know some adult men that just like femmer guys. I think it all depends on how you perceive yourself. If you want desperately to be a big macho man, but you know that you're not, dating effeminate guys are going to make you suddenly more macho. So some guys are naturally drawn to more feminine guys because they don't want to be the feminine one in the relationship. But you're right. Stereotypically, gay men worship masculinity. I think, and this is a study that was done in the 70s. I was doing a paper in college. I was doing a little paper on homosexuality in the Bible and what was right and what was wrong. And one of the studies I was, proving when they were trying to electroshock therapy gay people into being gay, one of the things that said that caused people to be gay was masturbation. So there was a big thing in the 70s saying no masturbation, nobody can masturbate, it's not allowed. Because they thought that the more you touched yourself, the more you loved your sex organ, the more you'd want to touch and love someone else's sex organ. Which kind of makes sense because I know that a lot of straight guys, no matter how macho straight they are, if they could suck their own dick, they would. But why wouldn't they suck somebody else's? So, if you love touching your own dick and masturbating and playing with yourself, does that make you gay? No, I don't think so. But that's a theory. So, if that theory were to be true, it's safe to say that homosexual men are narcissistic. Meaning, they're attracted to their reflection. And I kind of think this is true because most often I see guys dating themselves. Chubs with chubs, twinks with twinks, leathermen with leathermen, tattooed boys with tattooed boys. And I think, and I know this to be a fact, that in a gay relationship, you're attracted to subconsciously what you want to be. Like if you always wanted to be a big, strong, muscly man, subconsciously, you're going to be very attracted to big, strong, muscly men. If you can't grow a tee but you desperately wish you could, you're going to want to date guys with goatees. Because you're still trying to, like girls would date their fathers, guys are trying to date their hotter selves. But, yes, absolutely. I think that if a man is confident enough, strong enough, and secure enough, he can date anybody, masculine or feminine. But I know a lot of people have wrote me secret letters on Facebook and things like confessing that, I see their pictures. They're like strippers and dancers and, gorgeous modelly looking guys telling me that they're in love with chunky fat bears, but they're afraid to tell anybody because they're embarrassed. And my theory is, why the fuck are you embarrassed? Love who you want to love. If you want to be in love with a tranny, if you want to be in love with a bear, if you want to be in love with a chub, if you want to be in love, whatever, chase your dream. It's your dream. They don't have to live your life. You do. You don't need this skinny little perfect partner if what makes you most comfortable is to cuddle up next to someone that makes you feel safe and warm or cuddly or whatever. I don't know what chubby chasers like, but if you're a chubby chaser, be a chubby chaser. Who the fuck cares what your friends think? Yeah, they might make fun of your boyfriend until they realize, wow, he's a really cool guy. How many times have we saw somebody that became a friend of ours or whatever, and we ruled them out because, oh, he's too fat, or oh, whatever. But then the more you learned about him and got to know him, you're like, God, he is such a cool person. And a lot of people come to me and like, Misty, I don't understand how you're single because you're such a great person. I'm like, oh, I got it. Fat, femme, bottom. 3 strikes, I'm out. The gays don't want it. You know, but if you can look past that shell, there's a lot of beautiful people out there, and some of them are feminine. Some of them are fat. Some of them are bottoms. So yes, I do think it's absolutely possible, and it is true, I do know some that are openly, actively attracted to femme guys. But no, is it because of femininity being such a bad thing in society? I don't think so, not at all. I just think it's them wanting to be super masculine. I think it's a fear of me being around feminine people will make me more feminine. For example, if I go to Ramrod, which is a leather bar here, which I've been many times, I've got lots of friends there and I've done many events there. If I go into the Ramrod, it kills me when I see this big, strong, muscly man like Gaston. It's a pity and a sin. Anyways, Gaston. I've seen big, muscly men in the Ramrod come up to me and they see me walking in all fierce and fabulous, and they're like, oh my god, girl! Girl, girl, girl! And I just instantly bring out the queen in them, the inner queen in all homosexuals. You might suppress it, you might hide it, but there's a little queen in everyone. And I think that's what they're afraid of. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna flame if I'm with you. And they're so afraid of being feminine. And I don't know why. Because they're stupid. But yes, darling, I don't know, I couldn't tell from reading your post if you were feminine or attracted to feminates. But it's definitely not a bad thing to be attracted to feminates. Loving you is easy.
Isn't she fabulous? I love her. She is fantastic. I think she's just someone who, for me, she just exudes genuineness and, just a genuine person all around. Like I said, check her out. Tell me what you think. Subscribe to her channel. I'll put a link below. Subscribe to me, of course. Tell me what you think of the video. If you love it, if you hate it, let me know. And also give me suggestions. Who should I do next? Or what should I do next on my next edition of Stuff Leo Likes? What should I talk about? Because I like a channel that has variety. I like channels where you don't talk about, even though, yes, I am a psychic, I like things where you don't talk about just that. You talk about real life. You talk about things that are going on in the world, even though that is your main, one of your main subjects. And also on a serious note, to all my feminine kings, queens, and everyone in between, I love you all very much. I salute anyone, male or female, that dares to hold their head up high and is completely and totally themselves. Until next time, darlings, this is the fabulous Leah Brown, and I will see you again next week. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.